Hey, this is Kit Cabello of Harlan's Media. I'm joined here with a fellow independent journalist, Chiakulas. Christian, I'm so proud that you're here with us today. But what brings you out here to the Village Hall in Oak Park?
Well, I grew up in Oak Park, and I recently moved away because it's too expensive for someone like me to live here. So I was very happy when I heard that they were raising the wage last year, and then when I heard just a couple days ago that the village council and the mayor were planning on cutting that, or maybe cutting that, I knew I had to be here.
Essentially, since you've lived in Oak Park for quite some time, is this normal behavior for the city council to act like this? And if so, how did it become that way?
Well, nothing has been normal about this city council or about the village government in the past few years. A lot of it started with the mayor, who didn't used to be called the mayor. He was originally a village president who had kind of a minor role. This guy created the position of mayor for himself and is paying himself a lot of money and is doing things a little bit differently. So it's definitely been the past about 4 years when things like this have started to happen. The Chamber of Commerce has become a lot more powerful and a lot more active. Businesses have been leaving Oak Park. That's something that me and everybody who I know who lives here have noticed. The small businesses are packing up and leaving, and medium and big size businesses are seeming to do okay. So we think that's all connected.
Now, Oak Park has a long history of its people being actively involved in its local politics. Are the people waking up to get involved? Are the people becoming more aware of what's happening with their local government?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call it more involved. Like you said, people have always been like this in Oak Park. Oak Park is a very progressive, politically aware town, and I think tonight was a great example of that. People heard that this was happening. We mobilized very quickly, and we shut it down.
Now, of course, this whole conversation has to deal with the minimum wage. What does the minimum wage increase, specifically here in Oak Park, mean to you as an individual citizen?
It means that this town that I grew up in, being told that this town is so progressive, that we are a leader, it means that this town might actually be who we say we are and who we, I guess, portend to be. It means that I have a little bit of hope left here. It means that I want to come back and get more involved and make sure that this progressive change keeps moving forward.
Um, Now, of course, the minimum wage is rising up now to $10, and it's going to increase up to $11 later on in the year. That's specifically for areas that do choose to adopt to have an increase in minimum wage. But in your own personal opinion, what does the real minimum wage have to be at for a person to live in Oak Park or Chicago or any of the outlying communities?
Um, well, it's pretty bad here. Right now, I make a salary of $30,000 a year, which equals out to be a little less than $15 an hour, and I'm still having a hard time. So it definitely needs to be around at least 15 for some of the cheaper areas. For somewhere like Oak Park, I would want $17, $18 an hour to feel comfortable living here with my child. But at the end of the day, I'm against wage labor entirely. I think workers should own the means of production, and I think workers should own the businesses that they work in and have complete control over the wealth that they create. So I'm against wage labor in general, but as a stepping stone, I think a high minimum wage around $17, $18 an hour is perfect.
Now, of course, it seems like this fight is going to keep on going on here in Oak Park. What's the end game here in Oak Park? What's the end result between the city council, the people, the business community? What's going to happen, do you think? What do you think will happen?
I think that we're going to keep fighting and making sure that the village keeps its promise and keeps its obligations to the workers here, that the minimum wage keeps going up with the rest of the county. And in 4 years, when these people are up for re-election, I hope that we'll see, and if I have anything to say about it, we will see a slew of new, strong, progressive candidates who are going to challenge these people and provide the type of bold leadership that doesn't need a posse of angry, pissed-off Oak Parkers to come out and push them into doing the right thing. We need politicians who are going to do the right thing because it's the right thing.
All right, and final question. What are your personal opinions of this current city council and the mayor?
I don't know the city council too well. They seem like city council people. They seem like they have big heads, like most local government people. The mayor specifically, I'm not a fan of his. Full disclosure, I used to work for him at his restaurant here in town, not for very long, but it was a bad experience. I think that the way he has handled himself as mayor, giving himself these new powers and this new position title and more money, I think it's shameful. I think it speaks to an attitude of arrogance and dangerous ambition. And I also don't like how he ran unopposed in the last election. I don't know why that happened, but it's not going to happen next time. And yeah, that's what that's it.
And let's just do one more question. What do you want to say to people who are perhaps sitting at home, choosing not to get involved, or feel like that their impact won't make any kind of difference? What do you want to say to them?
I think tonight is proof that people can make an impact, everyday average people. And if you think that you can't help or that it's not worth it, you're dead wrong. We need you. We need you out here. We need everybody. We need all hands on deck, because this country, inequality is getting worse and worse by the day, and it's not going to change unless we have a mass movement of working people on the ground putting in work.
That's a good note to end it on. Kristen, thank you so much for joining Hard Lens Media. Good luck to all your independent work as well, and let's all do what we can to build a better future. Peace, everyone.